we just kept tinkering away. It was quite a creative process making it. As much as writing the songs, it was a creative process actually capturing the sound. And it was a really good learning curve. Like I feel like I could actually go into a studio now and record a band and know how to get them to sound.
Have you considered that? Have you thought of sitting in the producer's chair?
Yeah, maybe. I've certainly been doing a lot of that on my solo stuff and lots of different sorts of stuff. And I've certainly been capturing my own stuff in the studio and been experimenting with a lot of those sounds. So hopefully one of these days I'll find a band that's interested in having me as much as I'm interested in working with them, and we can work together.
Oh man, that's I'd totally hit you up if I lived down there. I mean, I'd want that sound. You've nailed it, man. I think it takes dudes years to master, and even so, like, there's dudes doing that for years and haven't mastered it. So yeah, congrats to you guys, man. That's amazing. Will you record more in that sort of same process in future?
Yeah, we'll do. I think we've sort of found the way we get our best sound. But I've got to say, the one thing that is essential to that whole process is having someone who's really good at capturing it too. Like, there's one thing to set up there's one thing to sort of set up and capture the sound, but having someone who's really, really good at getting it to tape or getting it onto the computer, and making sure that all the signals are clear and that you've got everything sort of wired up right, and that everything's EQ'd the right way. There's a whole lot of other set of skills there, and we were really lucky to work with a guy, who was helping us out there as well. And that there was just a really good melting pot of skills, I reckon, that went into that. So, and I think when you sound good, you play good too. If you sound better, you definitely play better. So, and we've been lucky with regards to gear too. We got a deal, a great guitar deal last year, so we're playing these nice guitars, and it was just everything came together for that record.
That's awesome, man. That's so good to hear. And you, of course, talking about tours, you've got quite a few tours under your belt, and it doesn't look like you're going to be slowing down anytime soon. So, what's next for the band? Like, what's the big next step? What's the next goal?
Well, we're having a crack at a few things in 2017 to do with the Northern Hemisphere summer. So the Vans Warped Tour in the US is one of the things that we're pitching for, as well as the festival circuit in Europe. So we'll be spending a lot of time in 2017, pretty much all of the summer months in the Northern Hemisphere, which is sort of May through to September, touring over there, I think. And then, I guess we'll just see where it goes from there. I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things with music. You need to be well organised and you need to do a lot of planning, but there's certain things you can't plan for. You can't plan for bad luck and you can't really plan for good luck. So a lot of things we're waiting and hoping, and as I said to you before, there's a lot of great, really exciting things that are happening in the US for us at the moment. And so if those things continue to unfold the way they are, I think that we'll be looking forward to some real tour shenanigans in 2017 as well.
Oh man, that's awesome. Well, I definitely hope, Warped Tour would be massive.
Yeah. Look, we'd love it, but it's very competitive to get on it, and there's a few things that have got to fall into place there. So we're just, I can't sort of go on about it too much, but we're sort of in the process of talking to a couple of record labels, and depending on what happens there, one of those labels in particular is tied in with the Warped Tour. So I guess most of their bands get on it. So it's just one of those. It's all these little stepping stones. That you find this manager who gets you on this label, who gets you on this tour, who gets you with this this big support. You become the support act for someone really big, and then you find your own fans, and it's just stepping stones. So the main thing for us is just to continue to love what we do and continue to play each night as like we're 18 and like it's our first and last gig. As long as we can do that every night, play those sort of take no prisoners rock and roll gigs, will good things will happen.
Oh man, we're all behind you as well. Yeah. So
I think it's great.
You can do it, man. Yeah, go and kick some ass.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's great. I'm excited, and excited to get up on the Goldie and get that first show. I'm actually coming up for a few days beforehand. What's that, next week? I'm coming up for a bit of surfing for a few days, so I'm looking forward to that as well.
Oh, awesome, man.
Yeah,
kick about for a beer.
Yeah, well, that's the plan. So that's the plan. I might hit you up for a beer for a day or two before we do the show.
Yeah, awesome, man. Yeah, do so, because I'm on leave. Hooray.
Nice.
Yeah, awesome, man. Well, we're going to go to the track at Punkfest night now. Thanks so much for hanging tonight, and we'll see you at the Southern Cross Hotel on the Gold Coast on April 8, and of course Punkfest at the Beetle Bar in Brisbane on April 9.
Thanks, Nev. Thanks for having me.
Hey guys, just want to take a minute to give a shout out to our podcast supporters, RW Promotion, who are the best in the business when it comes to printing posters, flyers, banners, badges, business cards, you name it. They've got what it takes to help you get everything you need to help spread the word about your band or business. And with a blistering turnaround, they'll make sure you get your product ASAP. So get in touch with Richard and the team at www.rwpromotion.com.au or shoot them an email at info@rwpromotion.com.au. Also want to give a shout out to the guys at Blacklight Art and Design, who in my opinion are the Gold Coast best screen printers. So, we've gotten many band shirts and even our own Rabid Noise shirts done through these guys, and they've also got one of the fastest turnarounds I've ever seen. So all quality prints at competitive prices. So whether it's band merchandise, sporting teams, promotional garments or workwear, they've got you covered. So hit them up at www.blacklightad.com.au or email them at info@blacklightad.com.au. So big thanks to those guys for helping us to bring you this podcast each and every week, and for, of course, supporting the metal scene.